Okay, so I'm going to go on a bit of a cryptocurrency rant for just a moment. This is fundamentally the problem with cryptocurrency and why we're not going to see mass adoption for the next little while. It's not because of the technology. The technology is solid. It is undebatable. It is it's unbelievable what Bitcoin, Ethereum, even Ripple. It's unbelievable what they are, the use cases in this space. The use cases is solid. But I made this video earlier, Suppoman Exposed. And you can go watch the videos. The one I made, I went out earlier today. However, I had and I see comments like this on other channels, and it just blows my mind because the very people who want to see cryptocurrency go to the moon, they want to make a ton of money, they want to get rich overnight, go to the moon. In fact, one of the criticisms that I didn't mention on this video that I made earlier, I made a video about his video. Now I'm making a video about my video about his video. It's kind of crazy. I'm really making a video about one of my commenters down below. Let me just give some shout out to some commenters, by the way. Pseudo Geek, I appreciate you commenting. Crypto Miner, thank you, buddy. I appreciate your comments. Gandhi G, man, my man comments all the time. This guy's like a blessing to any new YouTuber in the crypto space. I mean, if anybody can find you, he's gonna find you. I think he puts every crypto YouTuber on, like, alert. I mean, I think he's got alarms in his house, because when you put a video up almost any time of day or night, it feels like within 20-30 minutes he's usually the first one. Sometimes within seconds he's the first one to comment. He's gonna like, he's gonna give you a thumbs up, and he's gonna comment. I appreciate you, Gandhi G. Crypto Yardy, always phenomenal, puts up great content. Love the guy's channel. Go check him out. Kevin Tan, thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for your comment. I've seen you around before. I think you've commented on my channels before, so I appreciate you. So I want to give that shout out. But there was a comment up here that was long, and I thought, man, there's just good content here, and I was just going to discuss the content. And I work hard not to rant, but as you can tell, especially when I talk about cryptocurrency in this space, I get excited. Man, I get enthusiastic, and there's a lot of emotion that comes through. But I was trying to formulate how I wanted to respond, because I know that the commenters' thought patterns, or that wrote the comment. I mean, this guy wrote a book. I mean, it was like from here to here when I opened it up. It was just that long. Like, this whole space here would have been one comment. And there's a problem with the mentality of the same people who say they want a lot of money, they want to see mass adoption, they want to see this thing go to the moon. And that is, they don't fully understand the use cases that they say they understand. And I'm gonna give this criticism here on this video. I messed up. I left it off of this video just because at the end I was trying to think of something I forgot to say, and that was it. But I'd already finished up the video and I didn't want to go back and add it. But he talks about, towards the end of this video, he talks about how he was really just wanting to see, Superman is who I'm talking about. He says he just really wanted to see cryptocurrency. He wanted to see a revolution occur, and he just wanted to see a lot of people make a lot of money. And that's the problem. The focus is oftentimes on the money first, without understanding the underlying technology. The reason that cryptocurrency is crashing is because the value in the market ended up being far greater than the usefulness of the technology currently as it stands. Now, I believe that the true value is going to be far greater. I believe Bitcoin prices are going to be ridiculous. I'm one of those people who believe that Bitcoin will hit $1 million per Bitcoin. And Ethereum's going to be way up there. Ripple's going to be up there. All of them's going to, all the ones that have major use cases. I mean, we're talking in their infancy. If people are able to hold on now, my personal belief is that it's just going to, skyrocket, go through the moon. But back to this commenter. He basically was saying that Superman should not hype projects on his channel. Now, here's where and I'm thinking, why should he not hype projects? He shouldn't sell courses on ICOs. Well, why shouldn't he? Why should he not be able to sell any course he wants? Why should he not be able to hype any project he wants? Because someone's afraid they're going to lose money if they follow what he says? Where is the responsibility on the individual? In this video I talked about, if you just do a Google search on Suppoman, the guy he had no major success of any kind to note in the online world outside of cryptocurrency. None. None. And if the guy had had a financial background, if he had had a LinkedIn profile, if you could have found him on Facebook and seen what he did for a living, and he had some sort of technological background, cryptographic background, something, a trading background, if he had been a successful trader, even if he'd been a successful trader in commodities and futures, forex, something. But all you could find about the guy was he was a grinder, he had a gaming channel, he put out Udemy courses. That's all you could see. If you follow his advice and lost money, in my opinion, you bear more responsibility than he does because it's your money. It amazes me. Someone will go buy a TV, they'll buy a new computer, they'll go to Best Buy, they'll go to Amazon, they'll go to, they'll do all their research, they'll Google best laptop to buy, best computer to buy, they'll look at the best graphics, they'll go to Consumer Reports and look at the most dependability. But someone's going to tell them what to do with their money, and they do no research on the person they're listening to. None. None. And by the way, the commenter also made some comment about he should refund everybody for their courses. Now, I haven't went and looked at how many courses he'd made. People assume that Suppoman's worth many millions of dollars. I don't know. I don't know how many people has taken his courses on Udemy, but most of the time the courses sell for like $10. I mean, hang on. Let's go check it out. Okay, so here we are, Udemy. So he's got this course here that sold the most. It's cryptocurrency investment course, 2018, fund your retirement. 4.5 hours, by the way. He's got cryptocurrency ICO investing course, identify the best. And he's got this one here, cryptocurrency trading course, make profits daily. Cryptocurrency long-term investing, blockchain investment course, invest in next-gen cryptocurrency, secure your crypto safely. And I just Googled Suppoman. Let's see. I don't know if he's got any more. Oh, here's one, I guess, by Suppoman. Okay, so he's got more courses here. Complete Udemy by Suppoman. This guy, I said that he was a hustler. I mean, I said he was an absolute hustler. So these are his, I guess, his highest rated, or the courses he sold the most of. The best thing about here is you can see when people think he did a good job and he did a bad job, because the ratings tell you everything. So a lot of these have nothing to do with cryptocurrency. But the commenter, if I remember right, he said something, he made billions of dollars in courses. Well, he might have made $1 million, but the guy's a hustler. He's got 3 pages of courses here. He's prolifically making courses. But let's do some simple math based off ratings. Now, these are the people who's rated his course. So here he's made about $110,000. Here he's made $60,000. That's $170,000. Here he's made, let's just round it up to $5,000. I'm sorry, $50,000. So we are at $200,000. Here he's made, we'll say another $50,000. So we're at 200. Is that 250,000? Now we're at 300, so we'll say 3,000, 20,000, we'll say 15,000. I'm just looking at the ratings, and some of these he ain't made nothing. Now you can get courses on Udemy for $10 all day long. They'll have a week or two where they may go up to, like, normal prices. They'll be 30, 40, 50 bucks, 150 bucks, and then they'll drop down, for a day or two for like $10, $9.99, $12.99, $11.99. But as you can see, we haven't even hit $1 million in courses based off ratings. And this is 280 ratings, 321, 107, 130, 57. This one, 2,000. So now you could. Now, certainly not everyone leaves a rating. However, Udemy's relentless. If you've taken either one of their courses, they're relentless at getting you to place a rating on the course. And so even if you double the numbers, I'm thinking we might be at $1 million. I haven't went through and added all this up, but generously we might be at $1 million he's made in Udemy. However, he doesn't get the full 1099. Udemy gets a good chunk of that. I don't know what it is. They might get 30% or 50% or 20%, whatever they get. They get a chunk of that. So maybe he's made $1 million in Udemy. Maybe. That's gross revenue. Not to mention whatever he's put in behind the scenes and equipment time and everything just to create the courses. But maybe he's made $1 million gross in course sales. He didn't get to keep that. And someone else can go through and add all this up and figure it out. But I think even if you double it, I don't know if he's still, I don't think he's still at $1 million. So, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of his courses are on cryptocurrency. 7. And on those courses, he definitely didn't make $1 million in cryptocurrency. And so therefore, it's irrelevant what he made on the rest of his courses. I mean, cryptocurrency is what you're complaining about. But again, it's a $10 course. What do you expect? He's only so much of an expert. I mean, it's an introductory course. Okay, so he charged $150, I think, or he charged some money for an ICO group, and people got into it. Again, do your research. I mean, if you didn't want to be a part of it, don't be a part of it. That's not his fault for marketing something to you that you wanted to buy. You didn't do your research. Listen, in this space, people always want someone else to be held responsible for their mistakes. This is what I mean when I say they don't understand the use case of cryptocurrency. Outside of Ripple, cryptocurrency is all about public decentralization. That means creating a trustless environment. In order for a true trustless environment to exist and to have mass adoption, individuals have to take personal responsibility for their private keys, personal responsibility for what they spend their money on, where they send their Bitcoin, and what they send their Bitcoin on. You cannot expect a central authority to chase down every single thing that you don't feel good about because you spent your money. At some point, you can't say, I want my currency decentralized, but then I want to make certain there's a central authority who's able to refund my currency. You can't do that. You can't. I mean, cryptocurrency in and of itself is near unconfiscatable. So the idea that you want a central authority to somehow violate the rules of the blockchain, be able to confiscate, go after individuals, it's just fascinating to me that that individuals choose to subject's the wrong word, they give away they want another authority to be the enforcement arm, and they don't feel like they bear any responsibility. Suppoman is entertaining at best. There's a reason he's not one of my favorite YouTubers. There's a reason that you will rarely ever see me refer to him. I don't watch a lot of his stuff. I mean, I watch some of it. It depends on, the way I do Suppoman is I am subscribed to his channel. I go to his channel. I look at his headlines, see if there's anything interesting. I don't look at his daily content. I don't find it newsworthy. I personally don't find it, I find it entertaining, but it's not worth my time during the day, for the most part. Now, Crypto Yardy, I watch all of his videos, primarily because he's a small YouTuber. I'm supporting him. He puts out good stuff. We're aligned in our agreements. He's not just putting out random content. Ivan on Tech, I like him because he's far smarter than I am in the development space. I don't understand development, and I learned by watching his channel. Box Mining, I particularly like his stuff when he talks about the Asian market, so I've got my favorites on everything. Suppoman, I come to Suppoman, I respect his hustle. I respect his work ethic. Yes, I think he overhypes, but I do not think he should be able, in my opinion, he should be able to hype anything he wants to unless he knows for a fact it is a scam. If he knows for a fact it is a scam, then he probably shouldn't hype it. Now, there are people who think that YouTubers shouldn't get paid to promote. And the SEC may say they shouldn't be paid to promote. But the SEC doesn't care that they get paid. The SEC is concerned about who's paying them. If the SEC ultimately defines that these projects are securities or they're breaking the laws, or the SEC definitely doesn't like ICOs, that's the real issue. That they're promoting ICOs. Not that the ICOs are scams. I mean, if Ethereum came out tomorrow and Ethereum decided to pay Suppoman to promote them, and it was no matter the use case of Ethereum, then it's against the SEC. The SEC wouldn't like that. I mean, people don't even understand what the SEC is coming after YouTubers about, and they're somehow thinking that every YouTuber is not out there promoting a BitConnect. And even some of the YouTubers that promoted BitConnect didn't. Listen, I'm looking at ARB all day long. These guys promoting ARB, I mean, I think that I'm one of the dumbest box of rocks sometimes, But when I watch these guys promote ARB, at this point, I'm beginning to think it's willful ignorance. And I don't even talk about it because I feel like there's people getting hurt over there, and I don't even like to talk about it. I haven't made a video on it on my channel, and I've thought about it several times. I mean, what's going on over there is crazy. However, people are choosing to buy in every single day, and maybe some of those YouTubers over there, there's a couple over there, I think that they are oblivious, and maybe they're blinded by money. But some of those guys are smart enough to know, they've been around long enough, they were in BitConnect, they were in all these other things. By this point, you should know better. But I can't prove that they know better or not. And at the end of the day, you tell them not to promote one project, then you have to create some sort of guidelines or rules on what the project they should or shouldn't promote, because now all of a sudden you're going to tell other guys they can't promote good projects. You can't promote P3D, you can't promote Proof of Weekends, you can't promote Ethereum, you can't promote HDX20, you can't promote, EOS, you can't promote Ripple. Why? What's the rules that says when you can't promote something you can't? It can't be defined by when someone loses money or don't lose money. By the way, everyone talks about this isn't financial advice, this isn't financial advice. Even I say that. Just food for thought, my YouTube viewing friends. It doesn't matter if it's financial advice. The laws are really only about individual financial advice. You have to be a licensed professional to give individual, customized financial advice. In other words, when someone asks you in your comments, should I do this, should I do that? If you address them, you should or you shouldn't, that's where you're absolutely going to get in trouble. I just had a commenter that said something on one of my videos a couple days ago, and I responded and said, what do you think? You can't give individual, you can absolutely give generic advice. Now, the best way to stay away from it is to, to not be giving any financial advice and to let people know, hey, I don't mean this to be any type of financial advice. All that is trying to stay safe and away from the gray zone of individual financial advice. But newsletters could not exist. Most investment newsletters, stock newsletters, Forex newsletter, crypto newsletters, most of those newsletter writers, Agora Publishing is one of the largest private publishing companies in the world, especially in the financial space. None of those guys are financial advisors. None of them. By the way, most of their picks lose money. Some of their picks win spectacularly. It is what it is. However, they're not breaking the law because they're not giving individual investment advice. They're throwing financial stuff out. They're just throwing stuff out there for the masses. But anyway, I just wanted to put that rant out there. Please, ladies and gentlemen, we've got to take responsibility for ourselves. And I know it sucks when we lose. And I know it sucks if we choose to trust someone and we believe in them. And truthfully, Suppoman has set himself up to be an expert. He's positioned himself in that way. And he's called himself an expert before. And what makes him an expert isn't that you choose to pay for his course. What makes him an expert is that you choose to believe that he was an expert, and he chose to tell you that he was an expert. So just be mindful. Just be careful. We have to take responsibility. And I'm sorry if you lost money in crypto. You know what? At today's prices, this market may go down another 50%, 60%. You may still continue to lose money in crypto. But you know what? I'm still buying in. I'm buying crypto consistently every month. I'm earning crypto through my crypto passive income strategy every month. I'm not selling any of it. I'm reinvesting in more advertising to continue to get referrals from the Crypto Tab browser. Why? Because I believe in it. I believe in the future. I believe where this is going. There are guys who are mining Bitcoin right now at a loss. Why in the world would they spend money mining Bitcoin right now knowing that they're not getting a return on their investment in equipment or energy cost? Why would they do that? Because they believe in the future. They think that cryptocurrency, Bitcoin in the future, they think this thing is going to the moon eventually. And they know all that matters in the long run, if it goes to the moon, if we even get close to mass adoption, all that matters is who holds the most Bitcoin. So they're willing to mine at a loss today because they believe in where it's going in the future. So, should you buy in today? Here's a little bit of personal financial advice. Make that decision yourself. If you learn about a project because of a YouTuber, if you learn about a project because of the internet, great. Go do your own research. Own that decision. And if it's a good decision, celebrate it. If it ends up being a bad decision long term, not because the market moves against you tomorrow or next week, but if the market, if the project ends up going bust and it never works out for you, the developers, scram, it never gets mass adoption, it gets beat out by another competitor in the marketplace, so what? It's okay. You learn. Make that mistake pay you dividends forever. Learn from that mistake. You'll be a better investor later. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot be tearing each other up. We've got to encourage one another. We are the pioneers. You and me. We're the pioneers. Most people, the reason people love, the reason so many of us watch YouTube videos is because we don't have enough people in our own personal lives to talk to this about. Most people still don't get it, but we get it. We get it. Yeah, we may disagree on projects. We may disagree on which token's better. I may hate Ripple, you may love Ripple. I may hate Ethereum, you might love Ethereum. I might hate Neo, you love Neo. So what? So what? At the end of the day, it's all crypto. At the end of the day, we are moving forward together as a community. We're not going to always all get along. But let's take personal responsibility for our decisions. Let's encourage one another in what goes well. Let's encourage each other. When a project goes south, it's okay. Listen, I'm going to call it now. ARB is going south. The handwriting is on the wall. They're trying to pump it and keep it alive right now, but it is going south. Mark my words. And I don't say that, and I'm not titling this video anything related to ARB. If you follow me this far along in the channel, just know, don't even comment about ARB in the comments because you're going to make yourself look bad. Don't do it. Don't do it. I encourage you not to. However, I wish beyond all belief that I was proven wrong on this, but I don't think I'm going to be proven wrong. So just know this. It's okay. If ARB goes down, I think you should be pulling your money out. But if ARB goes down, learn from it. Think about the questions that you didn't ask. You're not going to be able to honestly answer questions about ARB right now. Anytime you're emotionally and financially invested in a project, it's so difficult to be unbiased and objective with yourself. But after it's over with, you can look back on it, and it's going to be easier to say, what mistakes did I make? And how could I avoid that in the future? And I want to say, congratulations for being in ARB no matter what happens in the future. Congratulations for taking a chance. Congratulations for believing enough and being open-minded enough in the crypto space to at least give it a shot. But going forward, do your best to try to pick better projects. We all make mistakes and we'll continue to make mistakes. Let's take responsibility for our mistakes, because then we can take responsibility for our education on those mistakes, and we can move forward as a community. And one of these days, I believe the cryptocurrency world will rise again like a phoenix, and the entire world's going to see one of the greatest financial digital revolutions of our time, and it's called cryptocurrency. Thank you for watching.